Hello guys and dolls, and welcome back. It's me, Cora. Today I'm going to be sharing with you the Balm Makeup Challenge. And if you're not familiar with the Balm Makeup Challenge, this is the Black-owned makeup brands challenge, Balm. The challenge was created by Jackie Aina, so I just want to say hello and thank you to Jackie. I will have a link in the description bar down below if you want to see her original video, where she sort of explains a little bit about the challenge, then also does the challenge herself. So the concept of this challenge is to go out and put your money where your mouth is and buy products from Black-owned beauty brands. Both Colored Rain and Shea Moisture I didn't even know were Black-owned, and I owned a couple products from Shea Moisture already. I really love their lip glosses, actually. And so I went ahead and picked up some more stuff like this eyeshadow palette and actually a lipstick, which I didn't end up using in this little tutorial. I thought I might. This one's called Tea Rose. Oh my god, look at this. Yes, I did do two different lip versions. I did a nude lip, and I did this really great berry red lip, which is from Iman Cosmetics. Then there's brands like AJ Crimson, where this is more of a artistry driven line. So the purpose of this brand is a lot of things like these compact foundations, which you can buy individually, but you can also get them in a kit like this, which is great for makeup artists or anyone who likes to custom blend their foundation. One thing that I personally want to do is make this not just a one-off video, like, ooh, I did the challenge, okay, now we're done, goodbye. I really want to be mindful about the brands that I promote to you guys, as I always have been, but I don't know if I've been super vocal about that mindfulness. And in fact, I'm going to be placing an order with Colored Rain pretty soon, so you guys let me know what your favorite Colored Rain products are, because I'm very excited about them. Or if there's another Black-owned brand that I need to get into, let me know in the comment section down below. I will also have a link to all of the products I used in today's video, as well as a few other brands that I know that are Black-owned, like KOR lipstick, which I've used in the past in a video, I think my Sea Queen video. I love these lipsticks. They are so amazing. If you like Melt Cosmetics, you will love KOR. That's the same, very similar type of lipstick, where it's super pigmented and actually a bit creamier than the Melt Cosmetics, to be honest with you. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope that those of you who make videos will also join us in doing this challenge. I think it's really a worthwhile endeavor, and it's something totally different from like 100 layers of bronzer or whatever the new thing. Like, that's kind of ridiculous, and those are fun to watch, I guess, but this actually has something to it. It actually has like some weight and some importance to it that I think is really beautiful. So I'm going to get started today with an eyeshadow base from Iman. This is in a really gorgeous color called Deception. I also have a really pretty purple one, and I love these. The texture is amazing. A lot of these, you know, eyeshadow bases, sometimes they're a bit on the drier side. This one has a nice, you know, you can see it has a bit of slip to it, but it's not schmeary. So it's not going to like crease and grease and all that junk. But it's also not going to look like a cakey hot mess. When you're not 21 anymore, your eyelids are just, you know, they're not super smooth, and when you're putting down an eyeshadow base, sometimes they look a little bit cakey, whereas this one has just enough slip to it to where it still looks really beautiful. Okay, so even though I've put down a green eyeshadow base, I'm going to use the beautiful copper color from the Desert Sands palette from Shea Moisture. And to apply that, I'm using a detailed brush from the London Brush Company. Just press that over. On deeper skin tones, this copper may come out a bit more on the gold side. So now, next to that, I'm going to apply the green from the palette. Same brush, different side. No, maybe I need to pick up a different brush. Okay, so now I'm picking up the MAC 252 because I was still mixing them a little bit on accident. And then I'll pick up that same brush and I'll blend in between the two colors. So for the outer corner, I'm going to take the darkest brown from the palette. And this is another London Brush Company brush. I really love these. Place that in the outer corner here, like so. And then I will actually tickle that all around. Just kind of pulling my hand a little further back on the brush. This is a short brush anyway, but still. When you do that, you get a little bit of a lighter application. That way you can just sort of like tickle around the edges of stuff when you don't want to go like hardcore. And then I'll go ahead and start blending that into the crease a bit more in the outer corner. Then to blend that out a bit more, I'm going to take the lighter chocolate color in the palette and just use that as a transitional shade. And then finally for highlight, I'm going to use the light color from the palette and just do your highlight. I would like to mention I'm also not using a traditional primer with these, so considering the fact that I didn't use a traditional primer, that's pretty impressive. Now, I just realized that I didn't pick up a eyeliner from a black-owned brand, so I'm just going to use Urban Decay Perversion. Blending back and forth between the copper and the green. It's a little tricky because those colors don't naturally want to blend together, so sometimes you have to kind of go back in and renegotiate things a bit. You know, kind of go, okay, copper, come through. And then you do too much and you're like, crap, now I gotta grab some green, you know? It's just, it's a process. But otherwise, I'm feeling pretty good about this. Okay, so now that I have my primer on, and I don't have a primer from a black-owned brand, so I just use my usual Hourglass Veil primer. That's just kind of my go-to anyway. I don't switch it up very often with the primer. So my foundation today is from AJ Crimson, and this is kind of cool. It's a foundation kit, so it comes with 6, but it's customizable. I picked these shades myself. So my thought process when picking this was to get some colors that might work for me and might work for some clients of mine, so I can test it out a little bit and see if I actually want to stock this in my kit. The formula of the foundation is awesome, and these foundations are also sold individually, so if you want to put them in a Z palette or something, you can just buy them individually. You don't have to buy the foundation kit. So I'm going to use this lightest shade here. I might use a little bit of the peach as well. Let me put this on my palette first. So let's go ahead and give this a shot. I have some of this on my beauty blender. Looks like the color match is good. Yeah, that color match is great, actually. Wonderful. Awesome. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do, before I continue any further on with the foundation, I am going to use this peachy shade to color correct underneath my eyes. It's a very light peachy shade, great for fair skin. Little narrow side of my beauty blender and blend that in. One thing I'm really noticing with this is that for a cream foundation formula, it's not massively pigmented, which is, in my opinion, actually a benefit, because a lot of them, you know, and who doesn't like the high pigment in foundation at times, but I'm noticing how skin-like and beautiful this looks. Like, as I'm blending it in, I'm almost like, first of all, I'm floored by the color match. Wow. Bow down, because nothing ever matches me. And furthermore, I'm really liking the texture of it. It's kind of, in a way, reminding me a bit of the Hourglass Vanish. Just in the way that it just blends right into the skin. More so when you use the Vanish when it's, you know, like when you're being light-handed with it, because the Vanish can be very, very high coverage. Whereas this is more, I would say, light to medium coverage. Love the way that it's looking, though. Very naturalistic on the skin. Super, super happy with that. Now let's go ahead and powder my face. I'm going to use the AJ Crimson powder. I've heard that this is very comparable to the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. The good fortune to meet AJ of AJ Crimson at the makeup show both years actually, and he's very handsome. So just bop. This might be a little deep for my skin tone, but whatever. We're gonna make it work. So I'm just doing the kind of a light version of baking. I'm not like super packing the powder on because it's darker than my skin tone, but I am packing it on a bit so I get a nice evenness. This powder is really good. You can tell that the shade's not right, but the texture is beautiful. Beautiful. So to blend that a little bit, I'm gonna take a powder brush and swirl what's left in the cap, and blend it down onto my neck, because otherwise we're going to have a little bit of a two-tone look. Not really into that. So now I'm just buffing the powder in all over. I mean, while this is not the right shade for me just because the powder's too dark for my skin, look at this beautiful flawless canvas. Like, shut up. That looks awesome. I'm going to go ahead and apply some blush now. This is from Shea Moisture, and same brush that I used to blend out the powder. This blush is, oh, it just popped out. Okay. Oh no, it broke. Shit. Well, I was gonna layer it some more, but it's all broken now. Now I'm mad about my blush. I need false lashes to make it better, but I don't have any from a black-owned brand, so I am going to just use these Violet Voss ones, which were also, I got these at the makeup show as well. In fact, these were a gift from the brand, so thank you, Elisa. And this is Vamptress. Just put a little bit of the Duo black glue on there. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and put these bad boys on. Take my eyelash curler and give them a quick squeeze, kind of to push them up a bit. A little bit of mascara. For my lower lash line, I'm going for something very subtle. I'm going to take the other Iman crayon that I have. This is in the shade Seduction. And I'm just really, really lightly like tickling that onto my lower lash line. It's not too bold or crazy, so that my natural lashes on the bottom will still stand out a bit, because otherwise I can apply a lot of, you know, stuff and then the bottom lashes don't even look like they're hardly there. And then the whole thing just kind of looks out of balance. So I'm going to do two different things for lips. The first is a nude lip from AJ Crimson. By the way, these tubes are super cool. Very neat. And this is just the shade Nude. And these are, they really don't have any smell or taste. So that's look one. So once I was kind of over that one, I decided to kind of switch it up. So I took it off with a couple of Q-tips, and then I just bopped a little bit of the foundation over my lips, and then took this out with the powder, and then popped that on top as well, just to sort of neutralize the lip color. So now I'm going to take this lipstick from Iman. This is called Drama Queen. So kind of excited about this one. Beautiful berry red. Oh, it's almost like, it's almost hot pink red. This is my favorite kind. So this is the completed look. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. I think that this is such a great makeup challenge to do. It's one that's, I mean, some of them are kind of silly, like 100 layers of bronzer or whatever, like I don't care. Something like this where there's actually a little bit of a cause behind it and you're doing good in the community, and furthermore, you're actually trying out some pretty crazy awesome brands. Like this AJ Crimson palette, I'm really impressed with the foundation. I really enjoy the powder as well, even though it's not really a perfect match. It's hard to see with my lights because they're so bright, so it sort of washes out the color, so it makes it appear as though it is a good match, but trust and believe, it's just a little bit too dark. But nevertheless, I can still incorporate it in my kit, and I've now found a powder that I wouldn't have tried otherwise. Great challenge. Thank you so much to Jackie again for creating this challenge, and I will see you guys in my next video. Remember to be vintage or tacky. Just be your own kind of beautiful.